Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Shaboque. It's a bright, beautiful morning today here in Missouri. Sitting here drinking my iced coffee, thinking, boy, sure be great to have something to eat with this. So, you know what? On today's episode, we're going to do some cooking. I'm going to take you guys into the cook shack and we're going to whip up some crepes today. So, anyways, you guys know how it goes. Sit back, grab your favorite cup of cappuccino, maybe a Pepsi, or a Smooth Moves tea. Watch me do some cooking, and let's get started. Whoa, 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 whoa. Before we get started, I'm just not dressed for cooking today. I feel like there's something just missing from my outfit. I know what it is. Let's get changed.
Yeah, that's more like it. What do you guys think of my apron? Pretty cool, huh? My mom sent this to me. She came up with the design, my sister ordered it, and then they sent it to me, and here it is. Awesome, guys. I really appreciate it. It is super cool. Well, bad news again here on old Shaboque. My microphone decided not to pick up anything I said today, and I didn't notice that my microphone didn't work until I was editing this video. Unfortunately, I spent quite a bit of time during this cook talking to you guys. But that's the way it goes. We'll just have to do a bunch of voiceovers here for you. So, getting all this bacon nice and cooked up on here. You know how I love to cook some bacon before I do any cooking on my Blackstone. Anyways, this gets the grill all nice and hot, nice and ready to do some cooking of those crepes here in a bit. Makes it also too where I don't have to put down any kind of grease or butter or anything else when cooking the crepes because the bacon grease gets the grill all nice and pretty much stick proof. Few more last flips of this bacon and it's going to be just about done. Perfect. Let's get to plating it. Alright, we're going to be wrapping the bacon cooking portion of this up momentarily. And then we're going to head into the kitchen and do some preparation for the crepes. Does this sound bring back any memories to anybody? Okay, enough of that. Alright, first things first. I need to go through the strawberries here, find the good ones, get rid of the junky ones. Anywhere at the store, you need to really check all your fruit because there's going to be some yicky stuff in there. So carefully going through them all, picking the good ones, getting rid of anything that doesn't look good. After that, I do a vinegar rinse wash in the sink there, help get rid of any kind of bugs or worms that might be lingering on that fruit from the store. Shake it dry, bring it back over to the chopping block, start cutting off all the tops on these. You can't see it, but there are two dogs below my feet now that are just itching for little bits of strawberries thrown at them. Yes, to answer your question, I did give them way too much. Alright, after that, I'm going to start dicing them up into little bitty chunks. First off, I'm going to cut them into slices and then dice it down even further. We found that we like these chopped up really nice and fine in our crepes. No fingers were hurt in the making of this video. boy, I see doggies getting treats. Gonna sprinkle a little bit of sugar on them. And these are gonna sit overnight in the fridge, soak up all that sugary goodness, and taste amazing in those crepes later. Next up is some raspberries. I'm gonna do the same thing with them. Gonna first go through them, pick out all the yicky stuff, take them over to the sink here, do another little yicky picking, vinegar wash. And then back to the chopping board where I'm going to go through, chop them all up a little bit here, dice them all up, get them all cut up as good as possible. Same deal here, going to put a little bit of sugar on them, mix it up, and these are good to go.
All right, next up, we start preparing the batter.
Okay. Time to start finally mixing some ingredients here. Using as a base a pre-mixed buttermilk pancake / waffle mix here.
Then do 2 cups of buttermilk. By the way, in case you didn't know, this stuff really stinks. Didn't know that until I made crepes a couple weeks ago. Buttermilk stinks. Smells like spoiled milk. Now we're going to be doing 4 teaspoons of oil. Tablespoons, rather. I'm sure my mother will be going, "That's too much oil! You're going to have a heart attack." Okay. Very good.
Pretty impressed, right? Not bad for an egg cracker.
Now, for the fun part.
Don't worry, I won't torture you guys with the audio to the blender ripping through there.
Look it up, simple as that. Got our crepe batter. So what we're doing is we're actually preparing this the night ahead of time because we wanted to sit in the fridge overnight. Why? I don't know. Somebody on the internet said that's better, so giving it a try. Go ahead and throw some of this wrap on it. This is ready for the fridge. All right, next we are going to prepare the crepe filling. We're going to be using 1 whole container of cream cheese. We're going to be using half of a container of Cool Whip. Going to be using powdered sugar to sweeten it to taste, and a little splash of vanilla. And that's going to be our crepe filling. So let's go ahead and get that started.
Yeah, pretty quick and easy filler here that sure does seem to hit the spot with this. I'm sure we'll experiment over time with different fillings or different configs, but so far this has done really well. Diane has had this mixer since 1928 and it just refuses to die, so I've tried to offer to buy her a KitchenAid many a times, but she won't have it until this thing dies, so that's what we use. It actually does a pretty decent job, surprisingly, for a little hand mixer. As the chief cook and bottle washer here, I am permitted to taste test with my fingers. Thank you very much. Looking for that sweet, but not too sweet consistency, so that's why I gotta keep dialing it in here.
Alright guys, there we go. There's our crepe cream filling. It is delicious. I'm going to go ahead and get that, put in the fridge with the rest of the stuff. I can't wait to eat that. Alright guys, well, that does it for the prep work on all of this. Tomorrow, we're going to start cooking, and then my favorite part, the eating. So, you guys have a good night. I'll see you in the morning.
Okie doke, here we are, back at it. Gonna go ahead and clean off all the grease and leftover bacon junk on the grill here. Get it all nice and cleaned up and prepped for our crepes. Okay, we are officially ready to begin here. The first crepe always goes kind of junky. The grill is extremely hot right here, which is fine. And the first thing that you always put down on something really hot is going to cook a little bit differently. So the first one is more or less always known it's going to go to the dogs. So it takes about 45 to 60 seconds per side here to cook these. The edges start to get a nice little charred look to them, kind of gives the indicator it's time to flip. There we go, first one done. Looks pretty good. Not actually too bad. Gonna go ahead and clean the grill, rinse and repeat here. The technique that I'm using is take the spatula and smear it as thin as possible, especially around the edges. Eventually probably want to find a tool more cut out for doing this, but at the moment the old spatula smearing does pretty good. Time to feed the doggies while this one cooks. And once you know it, they approved. Oh yeah, successful flip on that one. Color looks really good. I think this one actually ended up being Diane's because I thought it looked really good. Okay, here we go. Finally down to the assembling process. So first gonna put a little bit of that whipped cream, cream cheese spread into here. Kind of smeared around. Get it in there nice and good. Diane later told me I could add just a little bit more on hers, but she wanted lots of fruit, so I really heaped on the fruit here. I'm just gonna give her a little bit of a roll, tuck it down, hunt around for my knife. There it is. Cut her open, and here's the big grand reveal. Alright, with that food delivered and a little sip of coffee, it's time to bang out a few more crepes here. If you guys have any good idea for crepe filling or crepe recipes, leave it in the comments. Let me know. I want to hear what you guys think. Quick little edge check and a flip. There we go. If you guys haven't got your shaboque ape, whoopsie. That's alright. It all goes to the same place. Well, I had plenty of batter here, so decided gonna go ahead and first off use it all, practice making these things, and see how good I could make them. Alright, here we go with the last one. This one's going to be the granddaddy of them all. This is the one I ended up eating. Might have got a little bit crazy with it, but I'd say this is probably about the maximum size of a crepe you want to do. go with the big flip. Very nice. Alright, let's get this big guy out of here. Take her into the kitchen, load her up with some goodies on it. Mine kind of got a little crumbly here because of the size, but really didn't affect it too much. Still worked out in the end. For mine, I wanted a lot more of the schmear, so I really loaded it up. Did not regret it one bit. On mine, I went with a half strawberry, half raspberry crepe. The raspberry was okay. I'm not a big fan of the seeds. Maybe it needs to be cooked out, turned into some kind of a jelly or something before put on there, but it's okay. But strawberry still wins hands down. Well, here we go with the final wrapping up here. And with that, that's gonna about do it for this episode of Shaboque. I appreciate you guys coming, watching me do all the prep work and the cook, and now it's time for me to go enjoy this thing. So you guys take care. I'll see you later.